Did you know that if you add one small, intentional food habit to your life, it can quietly improve how you eat without changing everything else? Most people think better health requires a full diet overhaul, strict rules, or more discipline than they realistically have. But there's a category of food that works differently, not because it's extreme, but because it's simple, fresh, and repeatable. Today, I want to show you why microgreens are one of the easiest habits to build into real life, and why so many people are surprised by how quickly this one sticks. Hi, I'm Connor Hebel. I've been growing microgreens for over a decade and have helped thousands of people grow fresh, great-tasting food right at home in a way that actually fits real life. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share a small mistake that stops most people from succeeding and how to avoid it. If you've reached a point where health feels more intentional, ingredients matter more than they used to, and feeding yourself or your family well feels harder than it should, you're not alone. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Eventually, most people stop saying, "I'll get to this later," and start asking, "What's one thing I can actually do consistently?" That question changes everything. Microgreens are young vegetable greens, like broccoli, radish, sunflower, or pea shoots, harvested about 7 days after planting. They're not sprouts, they're not a full garden, and you don't need special equipment or experience. They grow on a countertop with minimal effort in under a week. And nutritionally, they're among the most concentrated foods you can grow at home. But the biggest benefit isn't just nutrition, it's control. Here's what people tell me all the time. This is the first health habit that actually felt doable. That's because microgreens don't require motivation every day, don't demand hours of prep, don't depend on perfect conditions, and don't feel overwhelming. You plant once, you water lightly, you harvest, you eat. That rhythm matters when life is full and you don't want another complicated system. This is a supportive habit, not a demanding one. You might be thinking, "I don't have time." Once you know the system, this takes less than 5 minutes a day. Or, "I've tried healthy habits before and quit." That's usually a design issue, not a discipline issue. Microgreens work because they give you a fast, visible win. Or, "I don't want to waste money." Growing a tray costs very little and often replaces greens that spoil in the fridge. This isn't about doing everything right. It's about doing one thing consistently. 7 days matters, not because it's special, but because it's believable. When you can say, "In 1 week, I'll be eating something I grew myself," something shifts. People feel more capable, more grounded, and less dependent on perfect circumstances. That feeling is often what makes the habit stick. At a high level, it works like this. Add soil to a shallow tray, sprinkle seeds, mist lightly, cover briefly, uncover and give light, then harvest around day 7. That's it. No garden beds, no complicated schedules, no guessing. I teach this in a way that fits real households, not highlight reels. I've helped busy parents, people managing health concerns, and people who thought they couldn't grow anything. And the pattern is always the same. When health feels overwhelming, simple systems restore confidence. Microgreens aren't about becoming an expert. They're about feeling capable again. If this feels like something that could actually fit into your life, I want to invite you to take the next step. I created a Microgreens Masterclass that walks you through what to buy and what to skip, the easiest greens to start with, common beginner mistakes, and how to make this a habit that lasts. You can find it at ameliaislandmicrogreens.com/101. It's designed to give clarity, not overwhelm. Here's a tip most beginners don't hear. Don't start with the healthiest microgreen. Start with the one you'll enjoy eating. When food tastes familiar and enjoyable, people eat it more. The habit feels rewarding, and consistency comes naturally. That's how habits survive real life. If you care about eating well, want something simple, and don't want another complicated system, microgreens are one of the easiest places to start. You can access the Masterclass at ameliaislandmicrogreens.com/101. You don't need to change everything. You just need one habit that works. Thanks for being here and seeing Siri Shinsing Cruising 6. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.